the cubicle and bracket tray setup. Rationale: to kill pathogenic organisms on an inanimate object that may be contaminated during patient treatment. All surfaces will be cleaned and disinfected with an EPA-approved surface disinfectant. This procedure is a two-step process where surfaces are cleaned of contamination and then disinfected with separate towels. Before we begin, ensure you have all necessary armamentarium in place and that all waste paper has been picked up. Be sure to have out all patient education materials so they can also be disinfected before patient treatment. This is to include, but not limited to, identiform, patient mirror, pens, pencils, and your personal kit if you feel you may need that. Next, we will don all personal protective equipment to include your jacket, eyeglasses, mask, and nitrile gloves. We will then turn on the unit in two areas. Set your timer to help you keep track of your time. In order to keep the patient chairs in the best shape for long-term use, we recommend using warm, soapy water to clean the chair instead of the disinfectant wipes. This will be used on the leather surfaces only. You may even need to have an additional wipe with only a wet paper towel to remove any residual soap. Each clinician will go in a different order when disinfecting. It is important to have a routine and be sure to clean in the same direction every time so you can ensure no surfaces have been missed. Next, we will clean the hard surfaces of the chair with the disinfection wipes. Depending on the size and brand of the wipes, you may need more than one. Make sure that the wipes are wet and have not dried out. They should be saturated with the disinfectant. Be sure to get all the hard surfaces, including the buttons and the back of the chair. Move on to the light, making sure you clean the handles and buttons. But be careful to not clean the shiny metal portion of the light source. You may clean the back surface and up the arm. Be sure to clean the assistant's chair, including the arm, its level underneath, and the height adjustment knob. The clinician's chair should be wiped to include the seat, backrest, and the hard surfaces, including all levers. You will need to wipe the counters within the operatory as well as the cabinet doors and the handles. When cleaning the counter that will hold your patient education materials, be sure to place the cleaned item on a clean surface. Each time you pick up an item to disinfect, be sure to clean the countertop where it will then be placed. Be sure that the wipe is always saturated. Once it has become dry, throw away and use a new disinfectant wipe. Occasionally, you will drop your wipes. Just grab a new one and leave the ones that fell until the end. Clean each cabinet door and handle. You will also clean the side of the sink and the towel holder that is within your cubicle. When cleaning the area behind the patient chair, you will find that there are many nooks and crannies to clean. You will need to clean the countertop, the X-ray light box, under the monitor, your chart cover, making sure to place the clean side on a clean counter. Your faculty and CA signs, It is important to not only wipe the air-water syringe, but also the tubing and inside of its carrier. This will need to be done for all items, including the suctions and handpiece hoses. These items will have many areas for bacteria to hide, so be sure to clean them well. Last, you will clean the glove and towel dispenser. Any items that are around the sink will need to be wiped and placed on a clean countertop. Wipe the sides of the sink and handle. Clean the faucet, soap dispenser, and inside the sink and garbage chute. Round 2 will be the same sequence, but will disinfect the surfaces that you have already cleaned. Make sure to go in the same order that you did when cleaning to ensure that all surfaces will be disinfected. Once you have disinfected all items in your cubicle and on the bracket tray setup, you will need to clean your nitrile gloves. You will do this as a two-step process where you will clean and then disinfect your gloves. Place your nitrile gloves in your cabinet behind the patient chair when you're done. Be sure to remove your gloves so they do not become contaminated. You can close the cabinet door by grabbing a paper towel. Return to the sink. Remove your safety glasses. Wash thoroughly with soap. Wash your hands and dry. Remove your mask, making sure to grab it by the ear loop and not the front of the mask. Next, we will get the barrier wraps from the clean area. Now that you have washed your hands, be sure not to touch anything on the way. This includes your hair or your face. Depending on your unit, and if you have additional mobile units that day, that will decide how many barriers you will need. Once you have all your barriers, take them back to your cubicle. Wrap the chair. Wrap the light handle and buttons. Cover the monitor and the countertop. Be sure to position the chair and the light for patient entry. The disinfection process must be completed within 15 minutes. If the time limit is exceeded, 5 points will be deducted from the grade. In addition, the student must be re-evaluated on the disinfection process until he or she can complete disinfection of the cubicle within 15 minutes.